The next thing is we need to talk about physicians, because remember, we talked about hospitals being a good source of referrals, so are physicians. But what kind of physicians do you want to be looking for? Remember, you need to be able to look into and ask the questions on who are good referral sources. Now, if you're not providing pediatric care or pediatric home health, then you're not going to market to a pediatrician, are you? Of course not. So, geriatric physicians are very good sources of being able to find patients from. And what you can do is you can actually do a search online to find out the geriatric patients in your area. So by you doing that search, you can actually find out who offers services to them. You can either work in the affluent areas or non-affluent areas. It does not matter. Of course, if you're just dealing with home care and non-medical services, then of course you want to be able to go to areas that can actually use your services. So go online, do a search by Google. There's also companies that can actually do a full pull-up of listings. Of course, you would have to pay extra for these type of information. One great information site is A Place for Mom. They have a listing services that you can purchase names from them. You can literally do the search by zip code, by name, by service area. Very much good information to be able to have. Also, go through your current clients. If you have clients right now, do you know the name of their doctors? Get those names and target them and market to them directly. You're not just going to call them for approval for patient information just for that patient you're taking care of. See if you can get more referrals. If they're enjoying the care that you're providing their clients, their current clients that you're caring for right now, then potentially they're going to enjoy your services for other clients that they have that they will refer to you. So go through your current clients and do that. Research who are referring to home care. Look, if you are in this industry, you're going to know other people, other companies. You're going to hear the talks. Find out who are referring to the home care, who are referring in your area that you can actually maybe get to go to your side and start referring to you as well. Find out these people and find out, who they are supporting. Are they supporting certain news information? Are they supporting certain associations? Okay. How do you find this out? Well, if you know a particular physician, see if you can find their Facebook account. See if you can look into their LinkedIn account. And if you're able to do that, and yes, it's kind of creepy, you may say, or you might say it's stalking, but not really. Look, if they put it out there, those are informations that you can definitely use to your advantage. Find that common ground, find that common interest, and use it. Take advantage of it, because that can help you build rapport with them. So also, other than the geriatricians, you need to look at other physicians with specialty practices, and that they work with chronically ill diseases related to aging. So for specialties, look into the neurologists, rheumatologists, cardiologists, thoracic surgeons, and also geriatricians. So let's say, for example, you can look into Coumadin clinics, great sources for patients. For disease types, look for physicians that are working with Parkinson's disease, with stroke, with Alzheimer's, COPD, and cardiac issues. If you're not familiar what COPD is, that's chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. But if you are going to be working in this industry as a marketer, as a liaison, you need to be able to look at what are the top diagnoses that patients are normally having when they're receiving services from home health and home care agencies. When you're marketing by disease type, you need to be able to determine what disease you're targeting. So like I said, the COPDs, you have your rheumatoid arthritis, and a variety of other cardiac issues as well is very important. So how do you market by disease type? Remember, would you give cardiology information to an ortho MD? Of course not. So you need to be able to have sheets that are ready to be marketed to directly to physicians depending on their specialty. You need to be able to have your goodie bag in your briefcase, in your backpack, whatever you use when you go into these doctor's offices or other potential referral source locations. So remember that you need to be able to be marketing by disease type. How does home health services help a particular problem? How does it help with patients with COPD? You should have a brochure, a sheet for that. And remember, anything you hand out should always be branded. Does it have your website information? Does it have a call to action? Does it have your phone number in bold? Does it have the name of your company? And of course, don't forget the address and especially the logo is very much important. So, what do doctors know? Let's pretend or let's imagine that you want to motivate a medical physician, a medical doctor, to start referring to your home health agency. Most medical doctors are not even fully aware the full spectrum of what home health services are. What do we do? They don't know most of the time what would qualify a person to start offering home health services. I've seen it where physicians think that a patient just needs home IV medications, that would be suffice enough for them to actually be able to start receiving home health services. Most of the time, I've also encountered doctors that think home health services are for just bedridden patients, that the patient should be confined to bed fully, unable to leave the bed, unable to get up by themselves from bed, that right there would require them to be qualified for home health services. And sometimes patients who really need home health services, they don't even want to recommend those patients for home health services. So there's a lot of education that we need to do to be able to give to the physicians. Whenever you approach a physician, any new physician, it is always wise to be able to have those educational based marketing materials that's able to explain to them what home health services are. You want to be able to make sure that you find and gauge the physician on what their capabilities are. Don't go into a physician with your chin up and all of a sudden telling the physician, well, let me tell you what would require a patient to be under home health services. There's a way to do it where you do not offend them, to make it seem like they don't know anything. One tool I use is a checklist that will be bullet pointed and that will show physicians, doctor, these are the qualifications that we look for to make sure that the patient is qualified for home health services. So what we do is we make sure that when we monitor the patient, when we assess the patient, that they're able to go through this whole list and that they have at least 5 of the 10 questionnaires here. Another thing that you can do also, doctor, is if you go to the next page, this particular item that we have here also has a decision tree where you will have to ask questions. And the most important part about this is that you can give this to your front office staff so that they are aware of who would possibly need services. I'm sure you already know all the necessary things that are needed to be able to be qualified. I just want to be able to provide you with some education for your staff that would be very vital. Okay, back to you guys. Now, just by doing that type of a talk with a physician, you're not telling him directly that he doesn't know anything, but you're referring to his staff that would possibly need some education. So by you doing that, you're removing the pressure of him not knowing. And if he doesn't fully know and wants to learn, at least you did not call him out directly. What you did was that you were able to say that your staff would possibly like to see this. So this is one good way on how to go around those certain problems. But it's really important that we start educating them about what home health services are. Now, also, you can do it in a variety of other ways other than these paper education-based materials. In the past, I've done educational tutorials and videos online to be able to have the physician watch this. The reason why I make videos is for this. When I'm marketing my company, I want to be able to have different ways of marketing it. Front, right in the door, boots, kicking the doors open, literally me being there, talking to the physician. We also make sure that we are able to fax items to the physicians as well. We also have email strategies where we actually do email campaigns to physicians, to all possible referral sources. So it's a great choice to be able to offer them email services. So when we email them and create a campaign, we go ahead and have that attached in one of the emails where they can watch the video. There's a link to the video. And it allows the physician, allows the potential referral source to have an opportunity to watch the videos on their time, wherever they want to, in their phone, in their iPad, in their, their laptop or their home computer or work computer as well. So you want to be able to look into that type of marketing as well. Now, ultimately, what do doctors really want? Well, just like any businesses, they want to make money. Time is money. Make their day go easier, and they will put value to you as a person, to you as a company. So, making money. Understand that when you pay attention and you need to make sure you read up on the Stark's Law and the anti-kickback laws, you cannot ever, 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 and I'm going to repeat this, ever pay a physician for a referral, okay? But what you can do is you can guide them with the care plan oversight. So I want you to be able to research the care plan oversight. Just go ahead and look that up into Medicare.gov or just do a search in Google. But here's the basis of Medicare or care plan oversight. When a physician is caring for a patient who is homebound, who is receiving home health services, he is allowed to potentially be able to bill for those services that he does because he needs to get paid for the time that he's doing. So by him being able to take advantage of this, the services that he does, by him having to sign your paperwork, to be able to check with the patient, to be able to order medications for any time that he spends caring for that particular homebound patient, he is able to bill Medicare for this. And what you can do with the physician is you can offer him a monthly informational sheet that has all the patients that he's serving. By then, you can say these are the services that you offered. You can now bill for this if you want to. I can give it to your billing person. I can give it to your office manager, and they can use that to be able to be reimbursed. So by you doing that, you can definitely be someone that looks good in front of this physician. And by you providing the detailed information, you're saving them time. Another way to be able to do this is when you're talking to the physician, when you're talking to the staff, you can literally tell them that you can handle a lot of the services for the patient once they determine that the patient needs home health services. You'll worry about calling the DMEs or the medical equipment companies. You'll worry about making sure that you call the physician's team to be able to set up the next appointment. You'll work with the patient and the family to be able to set up those appointments, to be able to make sure that they actually go see the physician as needed. You want to let them know that you are there to be able to save them time, to be able to help them with their positions. Now, just like in the anti-kickback law and the Stark's law, you cannot work for them. You cannot do services that they actually have to perform. But with the stuff that you're doing for the patient, those are all within the boundaries of what home health services are. So you can do those. Okay, you can't send somebody from your team to work in the office and answer the phones for the physician. So that's not saving them money or saving them time, okay? So that's you giving free services, which is almost like paying for a patient referral. So you make sure you need to know and brush up on this information. But if you are able to save them time, which is ultimately like money, you can show them that you are of value and you are going to be the person that they're going to want to speak to. And also, in this day of age, educational based material, educational based marketing is literally the most important type of marketing. It's all about information, all about information, information, and information.